Hey everyone, Ryan Hauser here. Okay, in this video, we're going to go over kind of how to make your first trade. All right, now, what I do actually first is I kind of change my layout. You guys do what you want, but in order to change your layouts here, you can just grab these and move them where you want. So the recent trades, I actually just put below, just for the simple fact, I'm not in the habit really of looking at it a whole lot because you can kind of see what's going on with right here, you know what I mean? Like the prices affect the trades anyway. So anyways, I like to have my chart bigger, so I just move this down and then I wait and let it go down behind. Okay, one sec, I just gotta scroll up. So I want to go behind here, like I want this on top. So you just put that there because this is your recent orders, your positions and stuff that I look at a lot. Anyways, you can grab them in the corner and then move them up accordingly how big you want it. So for instance here, actually this one here I'm going to make a little bit skinnier because I can still see everything right there. And then actually I can go a little bit more right about there. Oh whoops, I guess that's the default. Put that now over to there, and then now I can go make this bigger. Just like so. So my chart's a little bit bigger. So anyways, you guys can kind of mess around with that. Now, and then you can just watch the charts, which I'll get into strategies. In step 9, I'll be adding in kind of like a little bit of a strategy, more or less for the beginners to start with. But in this video, I want to focus mainly on just how do you do a trade. Okay, so here's what the numbers mean. Okay, this is the cheapest right now that somebody's going to buy if you're going to go in there, and if you want to buy in, that's the, okay, and it goes all the way up to here. So if you go into here, these could be taken before you do your purchase, but this is the low one. That's why you can see they go low to high. And then in the sell, this is if you were to sell them. This is their selling prices, okay? Now, of course, these go opposite from high to low, as you can see. I mean, you know, you're going to, because these people are buying, this is the lowest they're going to buy at, so that's the highest you're going to be able to sell at right now. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're really trying to get the maximum, which you got to be really quick to, but you would be buying at this one. And the benefit is guys, you can just click on it and it changes up to here. So see, if I knew I was going to do a buy and that price was there right now, I'd put in whatever I wanted to buy. So let's just say I want to do 100 contracts. Guys, one contract is basically $1 US. So you can put in 100 contracts, and then if this number was still here, I would click it right now, and then I could go hit buy. All right. If I was selling, though, if I was happening to selling, you'd have to click from here. So you'd start from the top here. Okay. Now, if the market's really, really moving fast, you want to kind of select in the middle, or by the time you get it going, that'll be gone. All right. But there's something else that I want to show you real quick. So I'm just going to put in a number here that's not actually going to buy right now. So I'm going to put in 43.30, and the reason is because the market's at 43.50. Okay, so anyways, once you're in there at what you want, then you just go and hit buy. Now, guys, margins can be extremely dangerous. See, so this right now is at 100% margin. Well, that allows you to basically bid with, say, $1 and bid and have enough Bitcoin kind of in the market equivalent to 100 times, which would be $100. The problem is, guys, if you're in a bad trade, it's the opposite way as well. All right, so as you can see, when you're in a margin of 100 times, here I am trying to buy at 43.30. Guys, look at my estimated liquidation price is 43.08. Okay, meaning if it just drops $21.10, it will liquidate and I will lose my shirt. All right, now if I was to go and say it only 10 times, look at, now it dropped all the way down to 39.54. I got a lot more wiggle room before this kills me out. Now, FYI, guys, never, the reason I'm putting this in this video is because everybody's going to be watching this video for sure, but never, ever let it go into liquidation. What I mean by that is, say you're just in a bad trade and it's getting down to here, sell, right, like in this case, I would sell at 39.70. You want to sell. You do not want it to be liquidated, because it will not just liquidate at this price. It liquidates and then it puts it out there, and then all of these other people, liquidate it and whatever. There's just a lot more fees, and you will have a smaller balance left if you let it liquidate than if you were to even sell it on your own at 39.55. Now, why wouldn't I sell it at 39.55? Well, because if you're trying to sell it, and say you have a lot of contracts to where they're not working, now for most of you this won't be an issue, but say you had like 500,000 contracts and you're trying to sell them and you only gave wiggle room of $5, so you went in there at 39.60, the 500,000 wouldn't be taken up. If the price is going down, it will hit your liquidation price before you've sold at the 35.60, and now you're hitting liquidation. So you want to make sure that you're covered by there. All right, now, if for those of you that are asking, well, what do you trade them? I actually trade the most at 10 times. For the simple fact, I want this wiggle room in here. I'll show you ways to protect against it, but I just do it. But I also have a balance. I have a big balance. So if you don't have a big balance, 10 times, you might want to go up to 25 times. But watch what 25 times does. See, it still gives you, $170 swing. And if you guys get in at the right times, for most of you, if you're going to kind of get in and just trade the swing, which I'll explain in a minute, you're okay with the 25 times. But just understand, the 25 times works in your favor. Just is if you're a successful trade, but it works in against your favor if you're in a bad trade. All right. So now, anyways, don't ever bid cross. I will do a video separately on the difference between cross and margin. Don't ever do cross because it allows your balance to be variable, meaning you could be in a really stupid bad trade in cross and lose everything you have. Where when you're in these margins, they're actually fixed. You know what I mean? So you're not going to lose everything. You're only losing what you've put on the table. All right. So anyways, I'm just going to accept this bid at say 10 times margin. Now this trade is 43.30. Okay, market is higher. It's 43.54, which is good. And the reason is you would normally go in at the 43. Okay, see, it just dropped to 43.42 if you were there, but I want to be under just to show you a different way. And this is actually how I do it most of the time. So I'm going to hit buy. So now what it does is there's no positions here, but it has an active order, as you can see, at 43.30. But here's what it's done right here. Let me just zoom in real quick. Oh, not quite that much. Okay, so see, here is my buy, all right? And yet the market is a little bit above it right now. So the benefit is, that's why it's not buying. So see, I'm below the market. Here's the market, and here's what I'm wanting to buy. But see, I can just grab right here and move this around instead of worrying about the numbers. Now, the reason I do it this way is I kind of want to be in a little bit more control. When this is fluctuating really fast, and say it's starting to go down, but I want to be there to catch it, I'll kind of hang. And I'll teach a little bit more on this in a different strategy. But so anyways, so right now let's just do a bid. So we got to go all the way up to 42.54 to get a bid. So let's go, and you guys can watch right here as I'm sliding it. This number's going up. So just go. Let's see. We'll go to 35. Actually, I want to show you something else. I'm just going to go to 43.77. Okay, you ready? Okay, execute. The reason it asked me to execute because it will take action. So it's sold 100 contracts. Price 43.77. You can go into order history. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. So it says price here at 43.77. It filled at 43.60.9. Okay? So now, as you can see, my entry price has now been adjusted to 43.60.9. So just because I went way higher, it's still going to give me the next best price that I can get. So you don't have to be worried about fine-tuning it right here, because if you spend time fine-tuning it and it happens to be going up really quick, you're just costing yourself money, because now by the time you get in, you'll be $15 higher. So just freaking whip it higher, and as fast as it can get you in, it'll get you in. Okay, same with selling. All right. So anyways, as you can see right now, just to show you how to read this, I got in at 43.60. Market price right now is 43.67. Don't worry about the market price as much as you should this price. Because when it's moving a lot, and there's a lot of Bitcoin going in and out in every which way, this is dead accurate. This here is a lot slower. Sometimes this will be 30, 40, it could even be $30 to $40 difference. All right, you want to go off of this because this is the price. If you are going to sell or buy right now, this is the price you're going to sell or buy at. These prices all up in here. All right, so when doing this, what I want you to see is unrealized profit and loss. Now, what this does is this basically takes what you have in the mix, and if you are to sell, kind of, are you at a profit or at a loss? But one thing I want you guys to understand, this goes based off the market price. So if you look at the market price and it just happens to be on with this price, which it does when it's slower, then you'll know what it is. But if not, don't get caught up and be like, dude, if I get out right now, I'm going to get 0.1 Bitcoin. And then you find out, well, that's because this here right now is still stuck at 43.85. And yet, if you sell, you're going to sell at 43.66. Okay? So just make sure you check your numbers. All right? Now, one other thing I want you to know, if you are trading large volume, all right, you will see here. So say this says +1, meaning if you were to sell out, you're going to get 1 Bitcoin. Okay, but if you have so many contracts in there just to get to the 1 Bitcoin, you got to hover over this, and then it will change. The reason it's not changing right now is we've only made 4%, and dude, 4% of $100, it's like $4. So it's not even showable in a 4 decimal point. It's like going to be 0.0. Okay, there we go. So it's fluctuated to 0.001 now because we just went up a little bit. All right, but what I want to show you is when I hover over this, when you have a volume. Okay, so for instance, look at it. It's 4.45%. When I hover over it, it's only 3.75%. Because you're actually going to make a little bit less because what they're doing is it's calculating if you were to sell all the contracts, if you had a large volume, that's where only time this matters. But when you have a large volume, say I was to sell 500,000 contracts, well, as you can see, I would be buying all of these plus a bunch more where the price changes. So that is when you hover over it, whatever number's here, that's giving you what you will lose or gain considering it's selling because it's going to follow it all the way up the order book and get you the prices that you would get on however many. When you guys are trading just 10, 100 contracts, none of this stuff really matters as far as that part because it's like the lowest bid there. Okay? All right, so now you have now a position. Here it says your position. So if I zoom in here real quick. Now don't worry about this chart here not moving right now. I have a script error on this computer that I'm recording on, so it's not going to fluctuate here. These numbers work, but this one won't. Okay, as you can see, guys, we just got in here at 43.60. So right now I could go do a sell. I'm going to do a sell real quick. So I'm just going to click here. And I'm going to sell that because that's the price I want to sell at. So I just click there, put it in there. I'm going to hit sell. Keep it at the same margin. Don't touch that and hit sell. Okay, so now it's order submitted. And as you can see, mine's the next one to go. And it's going to sell. All right, and so you're the yellow. Now, guys, when you ever come in here and you see like a really bold red flipping through here, that means somebody got liquidated out. And yesterday, because on the weekend it did a huge drop, it's doing a huge correction. One person, well, multiple people, but at the same price, they liquidated like 1.4 million contracts. So yeah, I kind of felt bad for somebody. So somebody right there. So anyways, what's going to happen is then this will sell out. See, it just sold out. Okay, order filled. 100 contracts were sold. I don't have any more positions in the game now. Okay, and now to go find out how much you made. I didn't actually write it down, but you can go into your account. Okay, so in this account here, I haven't done any with this account for a little bit, but as you can see, this is how much we made. Okay, now these prices will jump up, as you do a lot of trades per ounce a day. But as you can see right here, went up 0.001 Bitcoin. Okay, XBT's for Bitcoin in the trading world. So what you'll do now is you'll just go into YouTube and you'll go 1 BTC space USD. It will load up the calculator and then just put in 0.0001. And we just made a whopping 44 cents, guys, just like that. All right, so as you can see, so we basically made 44 cents on, let's go to order history, and you guys can analyze everything. We bought in at 4360.9, so let's just say 4361. We sold at 4388.1. So what I would do, guys, is I would write a ledger, and I would just put 100 contracts with a plus 28. No, wait, it would have been plus 27. So with a plus $27, okay, at margin 10, and it, boom, got you 80 or 44 cents. Now, obviously, guys, you don't want to bid that low. However, if you want to start off low like that and just mess around, go ahead because, it gets you in the game. And guys, there was no way I was losing that $100. Like for me to have lost that $100, it would have had to plummet all the way down to whatever it was at. What was it at? Like $30 or $4,000. Do you know what I mean? So you could easily have got out by then. All right. So anyways, that's how you do a very, very simple trade. Now, a couple of signs. I'll just go over a few signs maybe of what I would look for if I was you guys. First of all, you want to look on the 5 minute. So click the 5 minute. This was the hour. Okay, so click on the 5 minute because here's what you're going to see. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're getting like a red hammer at the bottom. If you're going to go long, meaning you're going to go buy and then sell later, you want to make sure you get this little string down here. Okay, these are called candles, which you should have watched if you've seen video 4. If you haven't, go back and watch video 4 before you finish this video. But you kind of want to look for these because as you can see, look at these now. Even though this one is here, okay, when you have a long one coming up here like this, look at it went to green. Now, as you guys can see, let me zoom in real quick and go back to that one. Where was it? Shoot, where was it now? Okay, yeah, no, that wasn't it. Dang it, now oh, right here. Okay, so as you can see here, let me just try to zoom in I'm in so damn tight already. One sec. Okay. So as you can see right here, red went all the way down to here, but when it did this, it might have done it for like a really split second. And I'll get more into that into my strategy thing because there's a little bit of a fun game to play that way. But anyways, what this means, oh, I'm going to have a script error coming up, so just one sec. I just got to stop the script. But so that means red came all the way down here, but then there was a bunch of buys and greens in the same 5 minute time frame because this whole candle means 5 minutes. A bunch of greens, a bunch of buys came and they pushed it up to there. Well, what that's telling you is you got a lot of buy action coming in right now. So there's a good chance with one this long, you're going to have a green next to it. So this would be would have been a decent time to buy. Now, had you have bought here, you see here, say you would have bought right in here, you see here, now it went green. But it didn't just go to here. It went actually all the way up to here as a peak. And this is why sometimes if you're just doing swing trades, I'll have my amounts preset in there, and I will explain that in the video number 9. Because that way, even if this was like a quick impulse, if you already have a sell there, it will impulse you and get it. If not, you're just not humanly able to make that trade happen. All right. So anyway, so say you got in here, but you didn't sell here because you're thinking it's going to go, and then it goes into here. And this is when, guys, you just got to get used to it, and you got to take fear out of this crap. Like you've got to go in it with what percentage of what am I trading here am I willing to lose? Because as you guys can see, look what's happened. So it goes up to there, it jumps, and then it jumps over to here. And then it went up to here. Then you had a bunch of stops, and it started coming down to here. But then you could see here at the bottom of here, it started having buys back, which normally that would be another buy trend, okay? So a lot of people, when they're new, they're oh my goodness, I'm going up here. Yay, I'm doing, oh, shoot. I got to get out. And they start panicking, and then they sell here, in here. And then look what happens. Boom. So if you would have stayed in it, say you bought right here, this was at 43.34, okay? But because you've read here and you think it's going to go up or whatever, you want to wait it out, and you see this line going up here, okay, then you wait. If you would have waited it out, so we got in at 43.34, and then boom, say we got out up here, because even if, you would have stayed in it here because you're like, oh, it's going to keep going green, but then it doesn't. It switches to red. It goes to green. Then they come in, and then the red goes down, and then the buy here. So at this point, this is like a little lit. You know what? This could still go either way. So if this is me, I'm staying in it right here. But then once this hits, you can see it went green a hair. But then it started to come down, and it came down, and it came down, and then boom, it came another red. And so I would have, if I'm doing swing trading, I would have got out here. So I would have got out at 43.57. I got in at 43. Oh wait, way up here actually. 43.33, so it was a $25 successful trade. Now, not $25 in my pocket. It all depends on how much you were trading. Now, that's just, whoops, oh man. Now, that's just on a short little swing trade, okay? I don't know if I really would have got out here just because I do stuff differently, but you guys can get the mix. If you just want your little small wins, you know, panic mode, get out, you know, type of thing, and then watch where these reds go, and then boom, right here, when this went to here, you wouldn't have got in here probably because you don't see the wick, but once you've seen that and then a double green, you might have ran and got in here right here. You know what I mean? So it's real tricky. I don't want to really get into too much strategy and whatever here. You know, you're going to have some people that just want to trade this way. You want to trade like a little bit of swings. Some people you want to trade long term. So you'll just kind of get in and watch it. But anyways, I didn't really want to get involved in that, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of some things on how to read. But anyways, that was the basic on how to make a simple trade, how to watch your stuff right here. In the next video, I will be talking about using a stop loss. I will explain what that means, and that's where this category will fill up. So now, actually, I have an active order in here. Let me see what it is. Okay, no. So anyways, guys, if you ever have this where you're thinking, you always want to make sure you don't, like if you're done your trade, don't have any active orders, just hit refresh and that'll go away. It's just basically still showing that I haven't sold even though I did, because sometimes it glitches like that. So I'm just going to see, that's why I said cancellation errors, because it's already gone. It just didn't reset. So don't be alarmed on that. All right, guys. So anyways, that's it for this video. I will have the other videos done today. So I will do another video on using the stop loss, which will be after this one. Using the calculator is already in there. And then number 9, I'm going to be probably changing the title from what it says on the site. But anyways, video number 9, I'll be in there. I'll be talking more about the swing trading. Kind of some stuff I mess around with a little bit when I like to just kind of be there, and it's really fluctuating. Like sometimes, guys, it'll just fluctuate like $50 all over when it's really hot, and you can go in there and make a lot of good trades that way. So anyways, but guys, one thing I just want to reiterate, I'm going to be reiterating it in a lot of these videos, is you've got to get emotion out of your trades, and you really gotta be disciplined with yourself, okay? The stop loss video that I'm gonna be making, it's probably one of the most important videos for you guys, especially for those of you that put in a lot of money. I mean, come on, for those of you that are just gonna come in here and do 100 contracts or whatever, it's not. I mean, don't even worry about it. Like literally, the worst you can lose on 100 contracts at 10 times is like $10. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like don't stress yourself out. It's it's when you start getting in here like I do. I had 1.3 million contracts the other day. I mean, it was just crazy, and I was in a bad situation. But anyways, got out of it. But my point is, when you start having those contracts, then it's a big deal on your stop loss, because if Bitcoin drops just $20, I mean that could be like a 4 Bitcoin loss. Okay, if you don't get out, and so you want to have your stop losses put in. But I'll explain that in that video. All right, guys, anyways, that's it for this video. We will see you in the next one.